Don't mind the apron. I just had a thought and I want to share it. Maybe it will encourage someone. Sometimes, obviously, we know that community is something that is encouraged highly in our spiritual walk. It is good for us. Nkulunkulu wants it for us. We know that Jesus, when he was on earth, he walked with the 12 disciples. Like, it is a necessity for your spiritual walk. The Bible says that iron sharpens iron. You need people around you to grow spiritually. But in your spiritual walk, there comes a time in certain seasons where the people that are around you, not that they don't have value anymore or cannot be of value to you and your journey, but there comes a time you find yourself in seasons where whatever they are trying to give you is not what you need. And those are the times that you have to encourage yourself in the Lord. There will come seasons where not that our Bantu are not meant to continue in the journey of life with you, but it's just that uNkulunkulu in this specific season, he wants you to completely lean on him and him alone. For example, David in 1 Samuel chapter 30, if you know the story, they were going to war. And David was living in the land of the Philistines at that time. And so he was going to war, for the Philistines against Saul. But they decided because this person was fighting for Saul for the longest of time, he might turn on us. And so they said, no, like our bantu abakwazi uhamba nathi anymore. And so, as they realized that their wives and everything that they had owned were taken by the Amalekites. And so, at that time, obviously the men are distressed. David is distressed. His wives are gone. His things are gone. And so, the men that stood with David for the longest of time, battle after battle after battle, war after war after war, decide to turn on him. They start to blame him. This, like, you caused this, you land. Not because these men, his season of walking with David was over. But at that particular moment, David, whatever he needed from them, they couldn't give him. Because at that time, they were looking on David. It's like, come up with a plan. And with David, obviously, he's distressed as well. And so I'm pretty sure at that moment, it's like, okay, guys, encourage me, like, stand with me. And at that moment, they couldn't give what he needed. And the Bible says specifically from verse 6, and I read, David was greatly distressed because the men were talking of stoning him. Each one was bitter in spirit because of his sons and daughters. But David found strength in the Lord. In that moment, even though David needed them to stand with him, even though David needed them maybe to encourage him, because I'm assuming when you guys are fighting wars together, you're encouraging each other. As a person that used to fight martial arts, I was a part of like a dojo. C team, obviously, like they're gonna encourage me. They're going to cheer me on, right? And if it's someone else's turn, I'll do the same for someone else. And so if we're fighting wars together, we are encouraging each other. It's like, okay, you can do this. Yeah, well, you got this. But in that particular moment, the people that used to encourage David, the people that used to cheer him on, the men that found total confidence in him, that knew that there's absolutely no war, no battle, if God is with him, that he cannot succeed in, were about to stone him. And this does not mean that their season in David's life was over. It was not. But in this particular moment, because if you continue to read in the next chapters, you'd realize David was about to be king. Saul was about to die. David then was going to be anointed. Obviously, he was already anointed, but as a king. And so he needed now to find strength, not in the men around him, but in God and God alone. Obviously, we know David was the man after God's own heart. And so he had a good relationship with the Lord. But uNkulunkulu needed to know that when the chips are chipping, when David is king, he will find encouragement in me. He will find peace in me. He will find hope, whatever he needs in me and in me alone as his God. And so sometimes you might be feeling like, why are my friends, why is my family not encouraging me? Why are they not standing with me as I hope they would? It's not that those people's role in your life is over. sometimes it's not that their season iphelile. Sometimes it's just that the Lord has placed you in a particular season where he needs you to find encouragement, find hope, depend and lean on him and him alone. So be encouraged. Okay, Kendombi.